What's up, YouTube? So I'm the only one committed to what we're doing here, not distracting myself. I know. More committed than me. You cunt corraller. Um yeah, we can just get right into it. If we know we're gonna have Pat and go long on NFL draft, we can just jump into it. Cobble it together. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we just go right in? I think the first five picks of the draft are already set in stone. I just don't know which teams are going to make those selections. Oh no, well, we can talk about it. No, stop it. Let's have a podcast. What? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I and so does that impact how maybe you want fewer picks? So maybe you're gonna get ugly in 3 years. Here, here. Ready? What is going on, sport fans? And welcome into episode 27 of the P Cubed podcast. This will be our NFL draft special. My name is Thomas Barrett, and I'm here with my buddies Brian Hull. Brian Hull, huh? Thanks. Yeah, pretty good. Oh, man. All right, well, here we go again. You ready? Take two. Take each other's butts. What is going on, sport fans? Welcome into episode 27 of the P Cubed podcast. My name is Thomas Barrett, and with me, as always, is Brian Danello and Nate Hull. We're so glad that you could be here hanging out with us while we have our weekly look at the Seattle sports landscape. We are just three idiots having a chat, so we need your help to keep us in line. Please reach out with feedback, suggestions, comments, questions. We want to hear from you. You can find the pod on Apple, Spotify, and iHeart. You can tweet us at P3SportsPod, or you can join us live on YouTube while we record. What's up, YouTube? At P3SportsPod on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free and easy. It helps us out. And you can be notified when we go live or when we post up the weekly pod. With all that housekeeping out of the way, grab a bev and buckle up. Nate, what is on the agenda this week? Those are a lot cracking. They're playing. Yep. Yeah. I think both. It's funny. Both examples you guys just gave of playoff baseball or NCAA basketball, like to kind of describe the intensity. I love that those are good examples, but on a smaller scale. And to me, I think that's one of the things that makes the whole of the Stanley Cup playoffs really incredible. We're already making comparisons to some of the best examples of high pressure situations in other sports, and we aren't even out of the first round yet. Like there's still what, three more rounds until we get a final. So yeah, it's really incredible, Brian. I think you nailed it. Personally, I've done some hockey watching over the years, and even without a rooting interest, it's been really really good. And to have that extra little gear this time around is really fun. there's there's a hockey team in Coachella. That's awesome. Anyway, speaking of minor league teams, WHL playoffs are underway. Not much to say here. Everett lost to Portland in the first round. But the reason that we make mention is your T-Birds are in the Western Conference Finals. So if you're looking for something to do one of these weekend days, go support some minor league hockey. The entertainment level is always high, and like we said a couple months ago, it's such a good environment in that tiny little arena. So Yep. If you can make it out to a game, would suggest it. I mean, the best looking uniforms in all sports. Pretty bummery. That's pretty terrible, Nate. I think he gets one more turn. And if he can't hang as the starting pitcher for some reason right now, you send him out back out to the bullpen and someone comes up. I think the most likely guy to come up is Baroa, and then probably Miller. I was just about to look it up. Did Malone? He didn't have any options left, so he had to get DFA'd. Did they got him back? Okay, okay, nice. So yeah, it's probably it, Malone. Yeah, so I think it's going to be true, 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 true. I still think it's probably Baroa first, but it's an interesting question. No, no, no. Spring training was strict relief prep because they knew that he was going to be a relief pitcher for Canada in the WBC. There's literally been zero talk at all of converting him over. I think you love him in the bullpen, and I think uh, you've got other starting pitching prospects. So no, this Apple TV thing's pissing me off more every week. So no, I did not watch it. Yeah, but I mean, the notes you got here in the show sheet are correct. You got to take care of these teams. Um, there's not as many style points in soccer as there are in some other sports. So 1-0 is just a fine result. You take the 3 points, you move on, slide up to second in the table, and still in really good shape, looking good. Uh, something's wrong. So Rio Tinto is Salt Lake. It's like you were being so cute putting the name of the stadium in the show sheet instead of just putting the name of the team. It's okay. We still love you. So at Salt Lake this week, you say they're 10 points back in the middle of the table or 10 points back from the middle. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, it'll be a tough game, but I think they're on a good run of form. You got to trust the staff, and they got plenty of guys to play. So One last sounder note: Danny Leva loaned out today to Colorado, so it's a sounder-friendly loan deal. If there's some match congestion in the middle of the season and they're starting to come up with some lineup difficulties, they are going to be able to recall him in the middle of the year. But he's going to be able to. It's going to be much more likely he cracks into the starting lineup in Colorado right now with some of their health problems than here in Seattle. So, good opportunity for a guy that's still 19 years old. Crazy. Can I was just gonna make fun of the way that you were introducing the segment, but I decided to stop. So just a quick note, Pat. We are live streaming on YouTube, so don't offend too many people, okay? No, just Nate was like talking about his STD test last week. A little weird. I, I mean, I only brought it up because you brought it up. Oh yeah. badly. No, he's 108. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it right here. Yeah. Carolina. And then Houston, Arizona, Indy. Yeah. Oh my God. That report was incredible. For those of you listening and not watching, there's a lot of nodding, some nodding agreement happening right now. Hmm. Fantastic. Um, my first question actually is going to kind of change gears a little bit. So I'll just let me do one last little thing here on your top four. So you've got you're thinking Young, Levis, Anderson, Stroud. So the Seahawks at five have their choice of Carter, Richardson. Um, oh my gosh, what's the Texas Tech kid? Yeah. So all three of those guys are potentially there at five for the Seahawks to choose between. Very interesting. My question. Now I'm not sure how deep you dive on the business side, on the salary cap side, but I know heading into the draft, there's a certain amount of space, more or less, required to sign all of your draft picks. We know that the Seahawks have a lot of picks, and we're all trying to guess ahead of time whether they're going to trade down and accumulate, trade up and condense. Um, do you think the fact that they're already in a tight spot on the cap could inform some of trade, the pick trade decisions on draft day? Do you think? Hmm. Sure. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, early on in the Pete John era, there were so many holes that needed to be filled on the roster. I mean, famously, they had more transactions than anyone ever in the history of the NFL. And so, early on in John's drafts, he really made a habit of trading down to try to accumulate more picks because they had so many holes to fill. What's your sense of this roster? I mean, I know they had a really excellent draft last year, and they have a lot of needs, right? You right off the top, you mentioned a bunch of them. They need a center, they need a guard, they need lots of front seven. They'll take a running back, they'll take a receiver. I mean, just about the only position that you don't expect them to take someone, I mean, other than kicker, is tackle and safety, right? Are the only, and I could even see him taking a safety and converting them into something. Um, God, what do you think? Do you think they more or less sit with what they've got because they've got five in the top, 93 or 83 or something, and then take some flyers on the back end, or do you really think they're going to continue to the habit of trading down and accumulating picks to have more lottery tickets? Well, and this is kind of where I'm getting at, right? You're picking at five, and he's always talking about upsets, right? Are there any upsets? You're picking at 20. Who has to be there at 12 or 14 or 16 for you to jump a little bit and grab that next impact guy? Where do you think is the soonest after 5 they might come back to if they do end up taking a player at 5? To come up to 12. It's so far away. Hmm. Yeah, and everyone's freaking out, right? Because Sherm on his podcast was talking about how they're going back to the old defense, and he's got people. All I know is that Pete is going to be chewing the absolute shit out of that gum. Put me in the bibliography. He's like 26. Mm. I don't think the Seahawks are worried about Carter, and I think the upside is intoxicating for Pete. I don't think there's any other possibility at 5 than Jalen Carter. I don't think Carter goes before 5. I think it's a done deal that he's going to be available. Um, Unless something crazy like, potentially Philly coming down maybe into Indy if the quarterback they want's not there. But Pat, I think you nailed the top 4. I have the same 4 in my top 4. I think Carter's there. I think the Hawks take him. Um, I think it's a slam dunk. I think you could bet the house on the top 5. Yeah, that's it. And Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft had them picking at 2 and then trading back down into 3 and picking back to back at 2 and 3, which is plausible given the franchise and given the available draft capital. It's crazy. uh, that's funny. Hmm. His ceiling, uh, oh my god, yeah, that'd be incredible. Why? So we can live in Las Vegas? Oh, come on. Don't wish ill on the young man. Oh my god. Yeah. Historically inspired dark comedy. That's fantastic. Nice. Good to talk to you, man. What are you shaking your head about, Brian? That's insane. I think he goes indie. Brian Danilo. Where did he go to college? Nice. Nice, nice. Man, I haven't been this excited about an NFL draft since they were picking at 6 and 14 and got Earl and Okun. It's fun having this many top picks. Hey Nate, what you got? You're the one. Why are you saying we? But you're the one that put it like this. Some audio problems on YouTube apparently, but we're working on it in real time. What I got? Did you guys see the Scherzer suspension? Oh man! So for those of you that haven't seen it, he got tossed out of a game early this week, over the weekend. That's in the last few days. Got tossed out of the game after one of the mid-inning kind of umpire inspections where they hold hands and skip down the street. And he's so adamant that it was just rosin and sweat, and the ump said, "I don't care because it's too sticky." And so it's reopened the whole debate about what the purpose of the rule is compared to the adjudication of it and all kinds of stuff. I had never really spent any time watching his interviews or listening to him talk. Uh, he's a really articulate, kind of well thought out guy, which I thought was really interesting. I had heard that about him, but I never kind of consumed it myself. So I don't know, just kind of an interesting thing about around some of the new rules and stuff in baseball. So if you're interested in that, take a look around, find it on YouTube. Ryan, what do you got?
So just wanted to talk a little bit about the first month of the baseball season, and stuff like this happens all the time, but it's always interesting to me. Hey Thomas, what you got?
Softball is coming, boys. We got
softball.
Sons of Pitches will be back very soon. Woo! So we start, what do we got? Practice next week, first game week after?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it to practice.
Nate, how many dangers are you hitting this year?
I don't think I've made it to a opening practice ever.
I think I just want to be healthy all year. I've made some changes in my lifestyle and started working out, and I just want to be healthy and play the whole season. That's my goal.
Are you going to be playing the field?
I'm hoping to.
Oh, yes.
But we're gonna bring in some pool players on practice day, so I need some evaluation to happen.
I love it when you're at first base. You make me look a lot better than I am.
I really enjoy being out there too.
I like it when someone else catches, personally.
There's nothing like picking a ball that's in the dirt at first base. There's not many feelings better than that.
Well, trust me,
in softball.
You'll get a lot of those from me.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm excited. We got a couple of practices coming up, and then season starts on the 10th, and we're gonna add it into our podcast as a recap. It'll be pretty fun.
There we go.
I think Thomas should play some outfield this year.
Heck yeah.
You said yourself you want someone else to play catcher. Where are you gonna be? You and Kyle can rotate.
You should see Thomas's face.
I am not very good at running and looking up and tracking balls. So.
Well, you said you didn't really want to catch. Where do you want to be?
Oh, okay.
Right end.
Hey Brian, what you got?
Something kind of funny to me. I mean, everybody knows that Deion Sanders is the new head coach at Colorado, and he had a mass exodus when he was announced as coach back in December, when he basically said, if you can't handle the new Colorado way, get out of here. We're going to find better players. Well, in the last 2 weeks, 28 players have taken that to heart and have transferred.
That is an absurd number.
2 weeks. And the crazy thing is, there was at least like 4 or 5 players that played in the spring game and then announced that they were transferring after they played in the spring game.
Wow.
And these are 2 of them were starting wide receivers. There was a starting defensive tackle. There was a starting linebacker. There was a starting safety. So these are not insignificant players for Colorado. Now, Colorado did go 1-11 last year, so take that for what it's worth.
I think I've got some eligibility left.
Yeah, I think I do too. But I don't think I could play for Deion. And then another thing about this is a bunch of the kids that were transferring, Deion said that they couldn't use their practice film as recruiting videos for other teams.
What?
Which is horseshit. Now, just today, he changed his mind.
Deion Sanders trying to be from 1960? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's down with the kids, Nate. He's a cool guy.
I don't think he's going to do anything at Colorado, and I'm excited to watch him fail. I don't think he's failed really at anything in his life.
Mr. Negativity today, just wishing ill on people.
I hope, especially hope it happens when he plays the Cougs this year. I will definitely be tuning into that game. That's it. All right, we will be right back.
Oh, no. My God.
Good Lord. Hey, Thomas, what you got?
There was another one?
So the Mariners are getting their City Connect jerseys this year.
This is bullshit, because I checked this 2 minutes ago, and this was not here.
Not 2 minutes, maybe 45 minutes ago?
I had it up. All right.
I mean, we could roll the tape. I mean, there's not much interesting happening on YouTube right now. It's like 3 dudes in a Zoom meeting and a spreadsheet.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Hey, Thomas, what you got?
The Mariners this year are finally getting City Connect jerseys, which is pretty sick. So I don't know, for those of you that don't know, A few teams each season are getting a special uniform presented by Nike, and it's supposed to be, totally not even remotely close to the existing jersey. And it, sometimes is going to be, honoring the city or honoring some of the history of the team or, honoring one of the Negro League teams or something like that. And it's really cool to see a team that you're familiar with in just a totally different uniform. So I've been patiently waiting, and the Mariners are on the list this year, which is pretty sick. The team will be releasing them officially on the 28th of April, this Friday, and wearing them in their first game the following Friday, May 5th. But there's been a leak online, and I don't know if it's because I was really hoping for something I really loved or if it's because someone took a shitty photo and leaked it on Twitter, but I'm kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah, it's a Seattle Pilots callback. Curious to see. I haven't seen the hat yet. Has anybody seen the hat?
No, I've only seen the jersey and the
Yeah.
socks.
Yeah. I get what they're trying to do. It's underwhelming compared to the ones that we've seen.
Oh my God. Like the Brewers one is so sick.
I do like the My Oh My though.
Yeah, that's fun, but like it's just a Seattle Pilots jersey. They could do a retro kit that looks very, very similar.
Okay, this isn't soccer. They're not kits.
Same.
Hey, Nate, what you got?
All right. I know you all talked about it in the episode that I missed. I just wanted to do another quick callback to episode 9 where we had Adam Brown on talking about their new movie Sam Now, and just say that it's out and about in the world. It's being played at some festivals, at some theaters, one in Vashon, one in Bremerton, and I highly recommend going to see it. I enjoy Adam's styling with Jason Reed, and it's a compelling story about two brothers looking for their mom over 25 years. So there's like quite a bit of space in there to cover in a movie, and I'm really excited to go see it. But yeah, I want to just do a little quick shout out to Adam.
I think when Adam was here, they were talking about how they like spliced in actual like home video taken years and years and years ago with new footage shot in a bit of a documentary style. That's a really interesting way to put a film together. I'm kind of excited to check it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Thanks for mentioning that.
I went out to dinner with a few friends, and a friend of the pod, Kaylee, was there. We had a really nice conversation. I just wanted to shout out Kaylee.
Friend of the pod, Kaylee, is in the YouTube live stream right now.
All right. Shout out Kaylee live on YouTube.
Is she our only listener?
Probably.
Well, it's great.
Well, thanks, Kaylee.
So yeah,
Whew.
that was nice. We went to Marination in West Seattle, and it was a nice dinner. So yeah,
nice.
Just thought I'd give a shout out. All right, we'll be right back. Closing questions.
3.5 minutes left, and Colorado pulled their goalie, and they just scored. So it's 3-2 with 3.5 minutes left.
Man, the goalie pull in hockey is like, it's such a fucking power move. Like, there's a few minutes left. I don't care if we lose. Go get another goal.
Well, we're already losing. I don't care if we lose by 1 or by 4.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It's crazy. Jarred.
All right.
Nate, have you seen Jared Kelenick's Baseball Savant page?
Mm-mm.
Are you really going to pull it up again?
No. He can look at it himself. I mean, I'm looking at it right now.
All right.
I went off of Jamie Alexiak.
I got 450 would you rather questions. So you guys will get to pick a number. We'll start with 4 and see how we get.
Jeez. You have
19.
how many? 450?
Yeah.
19.
Just wait. All right. Ready? Welcome back, everybody. Closing questions segment. I'm going to start with Would You Rather. Since we were all prepping for the draft special, we didn't have time to formulate our own. So we're going to do a little callback to the last episode where we went to a website and we're just going to pick numbers. So we're going to start with 4, and I'll let Brian pick the first number. Would you rather?
Number 19.
19, your favorite number. Number 19. Would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants? Similar to a question last week.
International first class tickets. Because that means I could travel as much as I wanted.
Yeah. Thomas?
It's a much more fun answer to say airline tickets, and I like the idea. If it's unlimited, you're going wherever you want, whenever you want. So that's pretty cool. I think I'd be happy to pay for groceries if I was able to go anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
I have to agree. Like, world travel is very enlightening for a human, to see other cultures. And I think that's a hard one to pass up. Thomas, give me a number between 1 and 450.
374.
374. Wow, what a random number. Why 374?
Would you rather pick a number or tell me what number you'd like me to pick, or
It's
can
fine.
I pick whatever number I want?
Would you rather have the ability to change your hair color at will or the color of your clothes at will?
Clothes. That would be
Nice
fun.
one.
Yeah, that would be fun. Both of those are obviously
clothes.
useless, but clothes would be
Yeah.
pretty funny. Get a lot of double
And-
takes.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I bet you'd get hair as a more frequent answer from people that have long hair, probably.
Imagine being able to change the color of your beard, though, Thomas.
Ooh.
My beard is the perfect color, Brian.
Sure.
All right, Brian.
Today,
Number.
Go ahead.
263.
63.
263.
I know. I got it. Would you rather genuinely and unironically love every movie you see or song you hear, despite the quality of movie or song and what others think of it? That's not a would you rather.
Yeah, you
No,
have to
it's
pick
movie
movies
or
or song.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's
Would you rather-
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, 264.
Fuck! Have you guys heard Hoobastank? Oh my god!
Would you rather be absolutely nothing after you die or wander the earth as a ghost, unable to interact with people or things, and be left alone for eternity? That's a deep one.
Dead.
Ghost.
Nothing for me.
Ghost.
I'm an
I can still
extrovert,
watch-
man.
Well, so am I, but I can still watch TV. I can still watch sporting events. If I'm dead and there's nothing, then there's nothing.
Number from the crowd, Nate, 222.
222. The scrolling is not as fast as I want it to be.
You could try Control F.
No, that's a good way. Wow, that's smart, Thomas, man.
Yeah.
Would you rather humans go to the moon again or just go straight to Mars?
Yes.
I don't love the indignant nature of the question, but yeah, we should get to Mars.
No, it should be. I mean, it should be Mars. When I was in the 3rd grade, Bill Clinton said, someone who's probably 8 or 9 years old will be the first person to set foot on Mars. I wanted it to be me so bad. And obviously it's not going to be,
But then you'd be in that movie with Matt Damon.
But it's
a
still
good movie.
Mars.
Nate?
I'd like to see what they could do on the moon, and I think the moon would be a really interesting launching point for Mars, right? Like if you just made a base there first and then went to Mars. It'd be interesting to look up at the moon and see a city or something up there,
Kraken won, by the way.
All right, Kraken.
Which one was that? Oh, that was 222.
Yeah. Brian next.
Last one.
Yeah, last
82.
Control F. 82. Would you rather jump into a gigantic snow cone with just your bathing suit on in winter, or roll down a relatively large hill Wearing a helmet, 5 jackets, and 10 pair of pants in summer. What the F? That's terrible.
83.
No.
This is why we need to come up with these ahead of time.
I know. This is bad. This one is terrible.
I'll have a would you rather for next week.
Okay, here we go. Last one. Would you rather trees scream occasionally for no reason or spiders be big enough and smart enough to open doors?
Trees.
Yeah, it's got to be.
End of
trees.
conversation. Can you imagine, like, I'm in my office right now, right? And it's like the door opens and I look over and there's a spider just like, what are you doing in here? No thanks.
Right on. Brian.
Yeah, random question generator. Brought to you by Random Word Generator.
All right.
And the question is, what do you secretly hoard?
What do I secretly hoard?
What's considered hoarding?
I mean, if you have to ask, you probably hoard it. It's car parts for me. I have an entire room in my basement dedicated to car parts.
For me, it's baseball cards. I guess that's probably not secret, but I probably have in this room right now 20,000 baseball cards. So that would definitely be.
Do you want all my base cards from 2021 Top Series 1?
Oh God. No. No, thank you.
It's okay. I burned half of them already.
So my dad was a hoarder, but not to like the extent of like it being nasty in the house, but like he collected and kept everything and like rocks off the beach and
I was about to say rocks.
And so I've worked really hard to not be that way, but if I had to say, I have like 25 espresso tampers just that I've collected from different jobs and different events I've gone to, people giving them to me.
Do you like to sit on them?
No, I don't.
How many of your espresso tampers are actually butt plugs?
0.
How many of your butt plugs are actually espresso tampers?
23. Yeah, so I got a bunch of espresso tampers. That's all I can think of.
Yeah,
I got a lot of pens also, but I think everybody keeps pens around. But that's all I can think of.
Nice and simple, nice and clean.
Yeah. Except for the butt plugs.
No, you got to clean those, man.
Oh, this went off the rails. Well, Kraken 1. Up 3-2 coming home.
Crazy. Just got to get one of the next
go,
two.
Baby.
All right. Well, glad to have everybody back. It was nice chatting. Glad to have Pat here. As always, love you, buddies. Looking forward to softball.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Catch you on the flip. Shout out, Flip.
Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you next week.
Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
Recording stopped. Yeah, so I guess I didn't have your guys' audio coming through my OBS. So poor Kaylee was watching the live stream and she could see all three of us, but she could only hear me. It must have been horrible. Oh well.
Bummer.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.